Hello and welcome to the Horsemanship and Mindset podcast with your host, Kimberly Dunn of Idlewild Horsemanship and Mindset Coaching. This podcast is here to bring you the very best in tips, tricks, and advice to help you better understand yourself, your mindset, and your horse, because your horsemanship starts with you. Let's go. Hello, welcome to another episode of the Horsemanship and Mindset podcast. I am absolutely delighted to have you along. I hope all is well in your world. And if it isn't, if you are coming to this episode because you're feeling a bit rubbish, then sending you all the love. I am actually recording this on Blue Monday. Oh my goodness. I keep forgetting it's meant to be Blue Monday today. I have to say, last week I had a bit of a dip. I think I was just overtired and had a lot going on, but also, this time of year, it is rife for dips in mood. And if you're listening to this and you're kind of feeling that this week, then please know it is normal and it is kind of expected because we have the festive season, we have, busyness, we have stuff. You've got Christmas, you've got that big build up, you've got New Year, and then January hits, reality hits. The days are still short, the weather is still pretty rubbish. And, well, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere anyway, and, January feels like the longest month ever, and you might be feeling a bit rubbish. So if you are, sending you love, make sure you do something nice for yourself this week or this weekend. And yeah, just know that the days are going to get longer soon. It's not going to be January forever, I promise, even though it feels like it. And onwards and upwards. Now, the theme of this episode is when confidence disappears and the truth about fear, horses, and self-trust, with kind of the main focus on what I hear all the time from people, which is, I don't know what's wrong with me. I used to be confident. I used to do this, and this, and now I can't. And that kind of feeling of frustration, of self-hate that comes with that. And that need or want to be quote unquote fixed. I just need you to fix me. I just need to fix my brain. I just need to fix this. And you kind of almost like turn on yourself and you just want it gone. Which again, normal. You don't want to feel that way. It's not fun. It's very restrictive. You're not able to enjoy your horse like you once did. But if this is you and you've come to this episode feeling like this, or you've ever felt like this, please know you are not broken. You do not need to be quote unquote fixed. You are a human being, and what you're experiencing right now is not failure. You have not failed. You are simply a human, and this is a nervous system response. Okay, so this episode is for you if you are an equestrian who feels anxious, who perhaps feels tense from time to time, who ends up feeling frozen, who overthinks, who loves their horse, but you just don't feel like yourself anymore. You might have been that person that used to event or go hunting or do all the things everywhere with your horse or horses, and now all of a sudden you just can't do it. And if that's you, by the end of this episode, you will understand why this happens and why it makes total sense. And also that you're not alone. And again, you haven't failed. You don't need fixing. You're just a human. And this is all totally resolvable. You're not stuck. I promise. So let's look at why confidence disappears. So first of all, please know that confidence is not a personality trait. It's not you. It's not who you are. It is simply a state of being. Okay. And it's a state of being that you are perfectly able to connect with whenever you need to. You just need to learn how you do that. But also, because now you know it's not a personality trait, it is a state, now you can understand that it disappears. Like, it's a state that will shift and will leave. It will leave, it will go when the brain perceives any kind of threat. So, this threat, perceived threat anyway, quote unquote, might be falls. It might be a near miss that you have. It might be witnessing or hearing about an accident that somebody else has. It might be pressure that you've piled on yourself. It might be judgment from yourself, from others, from peers, from people online, from your own trainer or coach. You might then be rushing yourself. It might be comparison from online. Or it might be a change in your horse or your environment or your circumstances. So, for instance, a really common one that I hear is like somebody's just had a baby or they've got kids. They've got maybe they're a little older and now they're more worried because they can't get injured anymore because they don't quite bounce like they used to. That's one that if I had £1 for every time I heard, I'd be a millionaire. So those are all things that can, make that state of confidence shift a little. It's not in the room quite so much. But here's what you need to know, connecting back to that, and that is your brain's primary job, your nervous system's job, your body's job isn't confidence. That's not its function. Its function is keeping you alive. It is survival. Okay? So what anxiety is actually doing is it's a prediction system. So it's there to stop future pain, whether that is physical or emotional. Okay. So, we've all heard the stories of like, oh, I've got so many walls up. I don't know, like you see on TV a lot when people are talking about relationships and things, and on dating shows, it always comes up, oh, I've just put so many walls up because blah, 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 because they've been hurt. Okay, so that's what that's coming in. It's trying to stop future pain because that's how your mind works. And then, like, examples when it comes to us and our horses rather than dating shows is what if I fall off? I've fallen off once. What if I fall off again? What if I freeze and everybody sees? Oh my goodness, what will everybody else think? What if I ruin my horse is a big one. I don't know, maybe you've got a young it's ironic really because people do it if they've got a young horse, like, oh no, what if I ruin them and then ruin them for the rest of their lives? But then also do it for, if, say you get an experienced horse that's been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Oh, what if I ruin that? What if I ruin all the work that they've done? And like, we will find, us humans will find a way to worry about everything. So what you need to know about this is that to your nervous system, embarrassment, injury, rejection, and loss, they all trigger the same alarm. The alarm bells will go for all of those things. It doesn't matter if one, like in actual real life, is more dangerous to you than the other. They all trigger the same thing. Okay. So what I would love you to really take from this, please, is that anxiety, when it pops up, that loss, quote unquote, of confidence, when that comes up for you, it does not mean you are weak. It doesn't mean you're soft. It doesn't mean you've lost your mojo. It doesn't mean you're no longer who you were 5 years ago, 10 years ago. It just means most of the time that you actually care. And we all want to be the one who cares, don't we? So please know again, you are human. This is normal. You are not weak. You are simply a functioning being on this earth, okay? And you just need to learn to understand how you can work with all of those systems. Now, I want to just come back to something that equestrians are all conditioned to do, a way that equestrians are always conditioned to think. And that is that old just get on with it thing that we all are subject to. Like, I remember feeling like this and talking like this, like, oh, I just need to get on with it. Just put your big girl pants on, just get on with it. Or just be brave. Come on, you've done this before, you can do it again. Or maybe instead of trying to like push through it or push past it, you choose to bury your head in the sand. Don't think about it. Or you try the old toxic positivity of, despite your body and mind screaming that you are not okay, you try and plaster over the top of it with positive affirmations. Okay. And the thing is that when you try and force confidence on yourself like that, or force bravery or bravado on yourself like that, it it adds to the fire of your nervous system, and it tells your nervous system that no, it's not safe to slow down, because then you're kind of pushing and pushing and trying to go faster or harder, and so you're fueling the fire, so to speak. And that increases protection responses. So the freezing in the moment, the not being able to think because you're frozen, the overthinking, the avoidance of doing the thing altogether, or the reactiveness. This is a big one that I have a lot of clients come to me about. Is they are extra reactive. So their horse, I don't know, barely does anything, and they're wanting to jump off their horse straight away, or leaping out of their horse's way when nothing really has happened. And the thing is, with all of those things, with the freezing, with the not being able to think, or the overthinking, or the avoidance, or the reactiveness from you, the human, all of those things then affect your horse. Okay, our horses are so sensitive. They are so intuitive. They read your energy because they have to, because that's what their nervous systems rely on, and why their nervous systems are so sensitive is to help them survive. Same thing. Okay. They read all of that from you, and then they start thinking, wow, I need to be worried about this because this human is totally frozen, or this human isn't making decisions right now, so maybe I need to make decisions. Or this human is being so jumpy and reactive. Do I need to be jumpy and reactive? And then you can see then, so then their behavior is extra, quote unquote. So then that then feeds into your own reactions, and it just becomes a cycle of doom and misery, which is not what we want for our time with our horses. So you do not build confidence by overpowering or ignoring the fear. Okay? We have to face it. We have to look at it and start to break it all down and teach our nervous system that it is safe right now in this moment. And just on the whole breaking things down, the pausing, the stopping, the breaking things down thing, again, no shame in that. Why do we all think, oh God, here we go. If I've got to stop, if I've got to slow down, that means I've failed. If I've got to break things down, that means I've failed. I've gone back however many steps. Like, oh, going back to basics. Like, I shouldn't have to go back to basics. I've been riding since I was 2. Okay, stop. Please let go of all of that. Let go of that shame and blame and worry about what other people think, because it's nothing to do with them. This is your time with your horse. This is your quote unquote, doing a lot of that today, journey with your horse, not anybody else's. If you need to stop, if you need to slow down, if you need to break things down so that you can rebuild your own confidence, do it. Because not doing that is not going to help you. Oh, I'm very sassy today. I am. Yes, I am in my luteal phase. If you're a regular listener, you will know that the phases of my cycle determine how shouty I get on the podcasts. Okay, so, the connection with your horse, because this is where it really matters in our relationships. So this is where you get to shine. This is where you get to really make a difference to your own partnership with your horse. Horses don't learn under pressure. Okay? If you let go of the speed, again, leaning into what I just said, let go of the speed, you create more understanding. Safety, emotional safety in yourself will lead to emotional safety in your horse, which will improve the connection, which will improve the softness, which will improve that true connection and the communication. So slowing down will actually speed up your training. It is magic. This work is so magic when you tune into it. It really, really is. The same way that your horse needs clarity and calm to learn, so do you. There are so many similarities between us and our horses. It is crackers. Okay, so coming back to the whole trust element, slow down, pause. It's okay to slow down. It's okay to pause. Regulate before reacting. Take a breath before you do something. And guess what? Eventually, so will your horse. And really think about tuning into consistency over intensity. Okay. And let's look at what actually is going to rebuild your confidence. So aside from, the pausing, the slowing down, the breaking things down, come back to this. Regulate your body first. Get out of your head and into your body. Okay. Then decide. Then make a plan. Then strategize what you're about to do. Pause instead of push. Oh my God, the power of pause. I've done a whole episode about this. If you scroll back through previous episodes, there's a whole episode on the power of pause. Change your inner language. Okay. So this is new for me. I am learning instead of I'm rubbish at this. How I'm rubbish at this phrase, or I'm so bad at this, I'm rubbish at this, that's got such a full stop to it, hasn't it? It's such a closed statement. This is new for me. I'm learning. How much more open does that feel to possibility? Change it. Rebuilding self-trust in small moments. Again, break things down into tiny pieces. And when you do break things down and you do make progress, note that progress. Note the progress that you make, however small, because that's how you rebuild your confidence. And of course, I'm so passionate about this because this is the work I do every day. And this is the work that I see that changes lives. It changed my life, all of this. Oh my God, did it change my life? Changed my horsemanship, changed my relationship with horses, any horse I work with, changed my relationship with myself, changed my relationship with my clients, everybody. It is magical work. It is life-changing. I think I've already said that. But it's not about fixing. It's not about fixing myself. It's not about fixing clients. It is about helping you to feel safe enough to move forward again, to hope, to hope again, to actually enjoy your horses again. Oh, goodness. So, if this episode helped you understand yourself a little more, I really hope it did, by the way, I would really appreciate you subscribing if you haven't already to the podcast. Leave a review is always something that's so helpful to reach riders who need it the most. It's one of my big goals this year is to help as many people as possible. So please help me out in that and give this episode a share. Give it a review. If you know somebody who would really benefit from it, send it to them. And if you're listening and you're thinking, oh my God, this is me, I would actually quite like some help with this, you are absolutely so welcome to send me a DM on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok. I'm on Instagram and TikTok as the Horsemanship and Mindset Coach, and I'm on Facebook as Idlewild Horsemanship and Mindset Coaching. So yeah, just send me a message or send the word recalibrate and we can start a conversation about working together, because I would love to guide you on your journey to reconnecting with yourself and better connecting with your horse and just living your best life, because you do not have to do this alone. And remember, you do not need fixing. You just need a bit of guidance. Now listen, again, you are not behind. You are absolutely not behind. You're not stuck. You are just in a place where you are ready to learn how to feel safe again. I'm sending you so much love. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you found this helpful. And I will see you next week for another episode. Over and out.